What up, Tech fans, man? So look, I got news for y'all. I'm gonna break this news for y'all. He gonna announce this at 10 a.m. All right, so it's official, man. I've talked to Christian Speakman. It's official. He is officially signing to Georgia Tech. Obviously, a big flip for them. He will move to the defensive line. Obviously, I think this had to do a lot with why you see Freddie Wilson end up decommitting and reopening his commitment. I feel like they like the upside a little bit more. Not saying I got any intel or resources from that, but based off of him decommitting, obviously them landing Christian Speakman, obviously them recruiting him hard, I felt like Georgia Tech was probably higher on Speakman. Now, obviously, like I said, a good finish to the class for Georgia Tech, man. This another, obviously, recruit to come to them. Speakman's going to, be able to help them out a lot, right? He's going to get coached by, obviously, Alex Pope or Coach Pope and, obviously, Coach Simpson. So he should be a guy that at least is in the rotation year one. Obviously, with everybody they're losing, you can expect them to hit the portal, obviously, but with young guys coming in, he should be able to be in that rotation. And obviously, he's a player that continued to rise, right? Was really underrated. Didn't know a lot about this guy, right? He was from Oro High School, obviously played a lot of the offensive line, but continued to grind, continued to work, and obviously now this is where he is. And honestly, this is what Georgia Tech does. Georgia Tech obviously gets the primetime prospect, but Georgia Tech also does a good job of getting, guys that aren't really known, guys that are under the radar, and developing them into quality starters, quality players for their program, and obviously getting them to the level they want to be at, right? We've seen that several times, right? We've seen it with, obviously, guys like Joe Fusel, right? We've seen guys come in from Middle Tennessee State, and obviously Keelan Rutledge, who was not a walk-on or anything, but he came over 2 years and obviously became an all-ACC caliber player in just his 2 seasons with Georgia Tech. This is what they do. And the crazy part is they have so much more disposal of talent at their hands now. When you look at, obviously, a Tay Harris, right? Obviously, a Phoenix Felton, a Christian Garrett, a Andre Fuller, right? They're connecting now with these kids in state. And of obviously these 19 players, which is probably going to go up speaking of this recording, I think easily about 50 to 60% of these players are from the state of Georgia. So if you want to start contending and battling with Georgia, which I think Georgia Tech has precipitously closed that deficit, and the way to do it is to win and recruit. And the reason why I said to close the deficit because Georgia's not blowing them out anymore. Now look, a win is a win at the end of the day, but what Georgia Tech has done a really good job of is, like I said, they're doing a good job of standing out for these recruits and they're bringing in in-state talent that's really making a difference and why they're landing primetime prospects like this. So just to start for Georgia Tech, a strong finish. They're already out to a great start for the 2027 class. Obviously, Jordan Christie from Southwest DeKalb, Keon Stanford, both of those guys are dudes on the outside. And obviously, they're in contention right now for George Lemons as well. So definitely going to be interesting to see what they continue to do. But Coach Key and the staff, Coach Peoples, Coach Pope, Coach Jones, obviously Coach Faulkner, Coach McKnight, they're doing a really good job of solidifying these classes and bringing in some primetime prospects. So there's the breaking news, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy it. And it is official, man. Christian Speakman is officially a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Y'all comment down below your thoughts on this breaking news.